out of all of this is, how do we move ethically and work together with our community, within our community, without falling victim to selling out or not being true to our core values?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Not being a yes man, or just being to the point where, okay, they wrong, but we just gonna overlook it like we've been doing for so long, as if we programmed to do that. But programs change too. Obviously, his got snatched up.
Yeah, but I mean, that was more than odd. And a lot of people should have taken notice of that. That show should not have been canceled. It was a really good show according to the ratings. And usually if you have good ratings like that, you don't get snatched. It's when your show is waning, meaning it's going out and nobody's really watching it, it's fizzling. So that was really odd for them to do that with him and then replace him with both shows with a white woman. I mean, I'm not saying it. Shout out to my white sisters. We in the struggle together. But I'm just saying it was very odd in how all of that unraveled for me. So, like I said, listeners, if you're out there, podcast land, the question is, how do we ethically work with one another in a community without selling out our core values? Meaning, how do we create a blueprint in order to rebuild our community without sacrificing our souls and our integrity?
By Black and support that's Black. You know, we got to keep our dollar in our own community and circulating in our own community. You know what I mean? Like the real definition of a real Black Wall Street.
Right, because I feel like we have the first phase is there. You know what I'm saying? The social media is out there. We're able to that was rolled out, and now we're able to have more visibility on who actually is functioning and working inside of our community that we can patronize and get goods and services from. So that's a good first start. But then I feel like we also need to dig a little bit deeper and see how can we take that further. In terms of volunteer efforts, in terms of economic development, in terms of just becoming a good neighbor again. Yes, you know what I'm saying? How do we do that?
We got to get out that crab in the barrel mentality. We have to start supporting each other and really supporting each other. And just, I understand I'm not against inclusion and everything, but I'm more so, I guess, like, I comment on a post on Facebook about the situation that's going on up here in Muskegee with the officer Charles Anderson.
Okay, bring us up to speed with that.
And the racism and everything. It was a guy by the name of Rob Mathis and his wife. They was shopping for a home. Mm-hmm. They ended up, meeting with a realtor out at this officer's home out in Houghton, Michigan, the village of Houghton. So when they got to the home, as they approached the home, as they walked through the home, they noticed several Confederate flags and KKK
memorabilia.
Memorabilia. I have
memorabilia.
I have a hard time pronouncing that.
You gotta open your mouth, baby. Memorabilia.
That part. But so as they touring this house, the man, Mr. Mathis, ended up going upstairs to view a bedroom, and when they got to the bedroom, they seen a pictured frame of a KKK application. The application wasn't signed or anything, but it was a picture frame. Usually when people have things of that sort in their house, it's things that they believe in. You cherish these things. You have it framed.
Like a photo, baby picture, stuff like that.
It's something important to you. And then this same officer is known for, had a couple of complaints about, being racist, whatever. And also back in 2019, of September 23rd, 2019, I'm sorry, September 23rd of 2009, he actually fatally shot a young Black man.
Right. I was reading up on that,
too.
In
Muskegon. So to know that this man is affiliated or has some sort of likening or obsession with a known hate group, and he's a public officer. He serves the public in a mainly diverse minority community. It's like what his intentions are. Then with the history behind it, his grandfather, his grandfather was a bookkeeper for the KKK back in the early days. You know what I mean? Back in '92, they did an auction at the property that was owned by his grandfather, and they found all this memorabilia artifacts of KKK at his grandfather's, property and everything. So it's like, well, he was pretty much raised in this. You know what I mean? Like
he was socializing.
Yeah, socialized to, and he honored that. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can he be a service to the public and to our community if he has these personal issues? You know what I'm saying? That he don't like us. He don't like minorities. He's strictly for white power. So my question is, okay, and then I believe, his records should be shown. He's been on the force for 20 years. You know what I mean? I believe his record should be pulled up to see.
Why can't they show his record?
No, I'm talking about his arrest records. You know what I mean? To see the difference in it. You know what I mean? And also it's like a few city officials, you know what I'm saying, feel as if it might have been a mistake and all that, which comes to the question we have asking, like, how do we work together without, you know what I'm saying, giving up that core value and everything? And I feel like that's a sucker move. That's a yes man move.
If you want to get in on the conversation, go ahead and call 231-725-5721. Again, that is 231-725-5721. And also, here's my thing with that. He's holding true to what his core values is and what he believes in and what his standards are. Why is it that our community can't come and be united and do the same?
And I believe we are, in a sense, moving in that direction because of the last month or so, the different racial things that's been unfolding in Muskegon County. As far as, a few weeks ago, before this, with the Redmond situation, you know what I mean, the owner of the Redmond Kitchen and Bar, with the all the racist memes and things that he was portraying on Facebook and everything. So that moved a little forward to the point where they changed the name, they ended ties with the guy and everything. But I still feel like it still should be more done on that. And then as far as the officer and the situation, like, it shouldn't have took this long for people to wake up and realize what we are living in. It's not a surprise. I'm not even shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised, because it's like, we know this, but we want to feel so involved and so inclusive and so, we need each other and all that. Like I said on that stat I commented on, I guess I'm more like Malcolm X than Dr. King, because I feel like we have the power to do everything on our own without going to their table and asking for hand-me-outs. We have the power on our own. It's up to us to come together and unite without a power struggle of who gonna do this or who gonna get this and that. It shouldn't even be about that. As long as we all flourishing together, unity, that's when we become a problem, you know what I'm saying, and we become a threat.
The thing is, we understand we need a blueprint.
Yeah, but
we understand that we need to unite. But what are those things that would be on the blueprint in order to make us move ethically and advance our community? Because here's one thing.
We have to start supporting each other and we have to start supporting each other and not just based on who you are on a popularity thing. You know what I mean? Everybody should be patronizing and supporting each other, period. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to black-owned businesses and everything. But I always get the question, and I had conversations with colleagues, co-workers, and friends, and the thing is, well, just because you black-owned, you think I'm supposed to support you, and you be trying to rip me off and this and that, and there's always so many complaints against certain black-owned businesses. But my question is, you get mistreated at a white establishment, or you get mistreated at Walmart or Myers somewhere, that don't stop you from going to shop with them. You know what I mean? So we need to come together and form our own, like, grocery stores and have our own banks and everything. There's so much land and property available in Muskegon Heights right now that can be bought up. All we gotta do is come together, and like how we on social media with all these rants and all that stuff, use that same energy and put some money together. We all come together and buy the
so I'm
back.
hearing put some money together. That's
Put some
one
money,
way.
put some money together.
But then when we talk money, there's always a division inside of that. Well,
who's gonna control and
exactly
this and that,
who's gonna oversee and all of that.
You gotta learn how to trust each other.
Well, yeah, but
that part too.
Here's my thing with that. We are so we say we mistrust the outside community, but we want diversity and inclusion with them.
Mm-hmm.
We, inside of our community, make our black brothers work 10 times as hard, the entrepreneurs 10 times as hard to get the business. And the standard level is going to be 10 times as high as opposed to going to another facility that's white owned.
Mm-hmm.
We have to reprogram ourselves in order to say, and let me preface this, I am not saying in any way settle for poor service from anybody. I don't care if they
Black,
do
white, or
right.
brown.
I'm saying give your brother men a chance in order to show you that they are worthy of you patronizing them and paying them to do a service or get a product and stuff like that out there. That's all I'm saying. And then in regards to the Redmond situation that you spoke on earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, you guys can definitely call in. We're still here kicking and talking at 231-725-5721. But with this situation...
Don't forget to check out the WriAck Radio reaction board at www.wriackradio.com. That's WRIACK radio.com.
That's right.
Get familiar.
Get familiar. You better get familiar. So yeah, with that situation, that's a more of a consumer situation. Mm-hmm. Whereas the police officer's situation with the Johnson, that's the public servant situation. When it comes to this Anderson Johnson, I don't. Anyway, so with Redmond's, the situation with the restaurant, I should say, because we don't know what it's going to be called right at this point.
It's going to be called the other top shelf or the other shelf or something like that.
Once I see the sign, I'll see that. So when it comes to that situation, I feel like the answer is simple. Just don't shop there. Don't go there. Why do we need a seat at their table? Because here's the thing. Unbeknownst to other people, there was another article that came out with what was that? The restaurant on the Lakeshore, Lot on the Lakeshore.
Yeah.
Lot on the Lakeshore. Now, they had a soft opening and then they ended up closing.
Mm-hmm.
And they revamped their menu as well, not only just their menu, but their hours and everything, just
their staff.
Their staff as well as their logo, all these changes in order to market to the people that were inside of that neighboring community.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because it was financially smart for them. You have barbecue in an area that they're not doing. They don't want that. And I'm so glad that somebody was smart enough to say, you know what? How about we take a step back and we do this in order to cater to that market. So, hold on. But we have to go march. We got to go talk to people and all this stuff in order to get change at a restaurant where I feel like our money is power. Mm-hmm. Don't give it to them.
Exactly.
And they will eventually change. That's the same thing that happened with Lot on the Lakeshore. Because they weren't getting that money, they had to figure out a way in order to become profitable in their community. Same thing with Redmond's. Go ahead.
As far as the Lot situation, I understand what you're saying as far as that being smart, because you know what I'm saying, as far as for the finances with everything and to cater to the group, to the community that's in the area, that's cool. They switch their menu up because, like you said, they don't want barbecue out there or soul food, this and that. My thing with that was, okay, we switched the menu up, we made all these adjustments to cater to you guys. What does our logo has to do with that? That part right there, I didn't understand. I didn't like that part, honestly. Okay, we switched the menu, we cater to y'all. Okay, we understand y'all don't like the soul food, so we gonna add this and that. But what do our logo, because it's the logo of one of our business owners, black man, with up in the chef hat, has to do with you guys patronizing us and catering us. We changed the menu. We got the staff in here. You know what I mean? We did this and that. But as far as